All right, welcome back. So this is going to be my second video on using my guitar, and this is going to be a step 2 or a part 2 on how to use your brain properly. So one of the things that I've stated before is that when your left and right hemispheres are having a conflict, that results in an emotional response, right? You could be upset, you can be sad, you can be angry, and run the whole gamut of emotions when that happens. The way to actually deal with that is to understand the idea of resonance and dissonance when it comes to music. Okay? Resonance is nothing more than something that works, right? You got sounds that work together, right? That's dissonance. This is resonance. Dissonance is where notes seem like not to work together. But think about it a little bit more. They do work, but they work best when you transition from one resonant state to another resonant state. Okay? Another simple example of dissonance is when you play notes like this. Right? You have an E, and here you play, an F, right? So you play an E and F together, and that's a dissonant sound. Now you can add other notes and then see that now they're not dissonant anymore, right? They're resonant, but by themselves they're dissonant, but you add another note, they become resonant. So there's a purpose of that. When you go through and you start playing these sounds that you like, and like I said on my first video, where you have a note that you like to hear all the time, in the case for me, it's always a D, right? That's my musical frequency. I like the sound of D, right? You can drone in there. A little bit like Joe Satriani-ish, like in the Time Machine album that he has. He does this very well, right? You got resonance, and you go a little bit to dissonance, but you look for those sounds. And then you add, just a 3-string chord, right? So find those things, and when you start understanding that idea of resonance and dissonance, it's actually going to change the way your brains, your hemispheres are working together. And once you get that, it's going to change how you approach a lot of other things as well. Because you're going to understand, your brain's going to understand that if there's a conflict out there, that you are going to be able to transition in and out of the conflict, right? Like I said before, there's that idea that if there's no friction, there's no movement, okay? And friction always generates heat. It always generates some type of friction, some type of trouble, let's say. And by learning how to do this with music, it's going to change the way you're thinking. That is the next step, all right? So we'll see you on the next one. Laters.